Hello and welcome back to the podcast. My name is Chris Webb. I'm here to help you have a better estate agency experience. So, to start this podcast off, I'm going to tell you a slightly embarrassing story. So, it's not uncommon knowledge that I met my partner, who is now soon to be the future Mrs. Webb, on Tinder. I know, what a cliche. We should have met at some bar or something, but apparently chatting people up at bars is overrated these days, whereas sitting on your sofa swiping is far easier, apparently. So, we met on Tinder 7 years ago, I would say. And at that time, I think I could talk for a lot of men here, I had absolutely zero decent photographs of myself. So the time had come to go onto Tinder and put myself out into the world. I looked at my phone roll and thought, not in a million years am I putting these pictures online to advertise myself as being single in the local marketplace, especially not in a very small place like Winchester where everybody knows everybody. And within about 30 seconds, you'll find like three people you know from school and whatever else it might be. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly. So this is the embarrassing part of the story, by the way. I then messaged one of my friends and said, "Hi, mate, I've got a bit of a favour to ask. Can you meet me in the cathedral grounds in Winchester?" It sounds a bit dodgy already, doesn't it? I'm going to bring about 5 changes of clothes. Can you bring, yourself, and you need to hold my phone for me? So effectively what we did is we spent about half an hour, 45 minutes in the Winchester Cathedral grounds having a photo shoot for me for Tinder with about 5 different outfits. So I'd kind of do a couple of poses, smile, whatever it may be, run behind a tree, get changed behind the tree, run back out again, couple more pictures, right, next area, right, picture, right, next one, picture. And by the end of it, we had probably, I would guess, 200 pictures of myself. I know, most people's nightmare. I then went through these pictures and actually picked the best ones, and they then went on to become my Tinder profile, which worked apparently because I'm getting married, so it must have done its job quite well. So we live in a fairly I think superficial is probably the best term for it. People are very used to everything being absolutely perfect. If you go on the internet today, you can scroll through and it's like, oh my God, that person's got perfect teeth and hair, and oh my God, their tan's amazing, and oh my God, that sunset's absolutely perfect. The world of photoshopping and steroids is well and truly out there, sort of thing. So everyone looks absolutely fantastic online, as you might imagine. So that's the sort of expectation and standard we have just from scrolling social media every single day. Now, imagine that I go onto your business profile and I see a picture of you which isn't really all that good. Now, spoiler alert here, I think you're a bad estate agent if you've got a bad picture. If you've got a good professional picture, I think you're a good estate agent. Now, it is that simple. In the same way that if I look on Rightmove and you've got bad pictures of the property and they're a bit wonky and a bit whatever, I think this person's a bad, lazy estate agent. You could be the most amazing estate agent in the world and have bad photographs. I will judge you and think you're a bad estate agent because you can't use a camera property, or you can't get a professional to do that for you. So we are very superficial and we judge very, very quickly. So this is why one of the best things to do when you first launch your business, or even if you haven't done it historically, the second best time is today, is to have a photo shoot for your business. Now, this sounds very cringe, and trust me, it's not as bad as you might think once you've done it a few times. And with the amazing world of digital photography, you literally can't run out of film, so you're almost guaranteed to get some pictures you like. So recruit in a loved one. You don't have to go for professional photography if you don't want to. Recruit in a loved one. I mean, I'm an iPhone person, so I would, someone with portrait mode on their phone. I don't quite know what the Android Samsung version of that is, but a kind camera that makes you look really good is what we're looking for here. And literally get them to machine gun pictures of you for 20, 25 minutes or so. It could be one to you smiling, not smiling, looking serious, not serious, different outfits, different jackets, different trousers, different dresses, whatever you're wearing. Just take a full array of outfits with you and just go through them. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, I hate having my picture taken and I always look rubbish in pictures. Well, Kelsa everyone feels exactly the same way when it comes to pictures. So my conversion rate at the moment is about 1 in 20. So every 20 pictures I've taken of me, I'll be like, okay, that one of them is about right. So 20 to 1 is my current ratio. I'll be willing to bet when you first start and sort of get these pictures done for you, it might be more like 100 to 1. But the good news is your friend can take 100 pictures of you in about 2 minutes. So therefore, it takes you about 2 minutes to get one picture where you're like, oh, actually, I look moderately decent in that one. My eyes are open, I'm smiling, I don't like I'm squinting too much or whatever it may be. So this is where you need to get a kind of a catalogue of pictures of yourself that you can use in your business in the future. If you've got team members in your business, great, fantastic. We need a catalog of pictures of them as well. You can use them so many times in your business in the future. One thing that I always slightly cringe at is when someone's clearly got a favorite picture they use in their business on absolutely everything. Because it means they've got one picture, they're like, oh, yeah, smash that picture 5 years ago. I was looking really good back in 2000 and whatever. I'm going to use that picture forever. Really, if you've got a good collateral and a good stock of pictures behind you, you can use them literally forever and it's always up to date with where you are today. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a hack here. And once I tell you this hack, you will never look at my pictures in the same way again. Again, that sounds a bit weird, but I don't mean it to sound that way. So a little while ago, I was out and about, as I sometimes am, and I was in a place and I thought to myself, this place would be amazing for estate agency pictures. And actually, I then went back there with my partner the next day, and I probably got off the back of it 50 pictures that I use on my social media on a regular basis. So this is a place where you can go there, and it literally has a house set up, pristinely set up. It's got kitchens, it's got bathrooms, it's got living rooms, it's got sofas, it's got dining room tables. They're all completely set up and ready to go as if they're wanting you to do a photo shoot there. I mean, how cool does that sound? So if you're looking for pictures where you look like you're in a kitchen or a bathroom or a living room or just sat on the side of a bed or whatever it may be, where it's kind of homely stuff, this place is somewhere you can go to and have that done and get an amazing array of pictures. So I am, of course, talking about everyone's favorite place in Sweden, IKEA. IKEA is stacked out with rooms that are perfectly presented, bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, living rooms, all perfectly stocked with beautifully presented cutlery and glasses and tables and chairs and whatever it may be. And you can go and have your picture taken in IKEA. You might think this sounds ridiculous, by the way, and you might be thinking to yourself, I'm never going to do that in a million years. But I'll be willing to bet the next time you think to yourself, I wish I had some better marketing pictures for my business, you'll be thinking to yourself, I need to go to IKEA. Now, when I went there the first time, it was on like a Saturday lunchtime or whatever it may be. And we actually went back in the evening one day. So we went back, I think it's open until like 9 o'clock at night, most IKEAs. So we went back to like 8 o'clock. We were the only ones there. So it wasn't like there was a queue of people trying to get into the dining room. We're like, hang on, guys, we're just doing a quick photo shoot in here. Literally, we were the only ones there. And over 20 minutes or so, we were like, right, this room, pictures. This room, pictures. This room, pictures. Now, the only thing you need to make sure you do, from a little bit of experience here, is hide the price tags because IKEA has those big white book-shaped price tags. Just hide them. They're super easy to do. Tuck them on the cushions or whatever it may be. But honestly, you'll be amazed how many pictures you can get of yourself to use in your business going forward by doing that one little hack. So we've told many embarrassing stories today. One embarrassing story about my Tinder side of things. The other embarrassing story is the fact that a lot of my pictures that you see online are taken in IKEA. And so when you look at my pictures in the future on social media, you'll be like, actually, now Chris has told me that, that's now really, really obvious. So there's a little hack for you on that side. But the TDLR of today's podcast is that people are going to judge you by your photography of yourself and your team as well. You can either have great pictures of you and your team that are really, really super, and they'll think you're a super estate agent who's really cool, really funny, really entertaining, etc. Or you can have really, really crap pictures that use the same picture over and over again. And people think to themselves, oh, they're a one-trick pony. They're already out of date. They don't look like that anymore. And therefore, I'm not going to kind of subscribe to that estate because I don't think they're very up and coming and very cutting edge. So the choice is ultimately yours. People are judging you either way. Your choice is either to learn from it and take advantage of it, or just shrug your shoulders and go, well, if they think I'm a crap agent from crap pictures, then that is what it is. So the choice is yours. So I hope you have enjoyed today's podcast. Get out there, get snapping. I promise you, if you get enough pictures taken of you, you're like one of them eventually. It's a numbers game. It might take 100, it might take 200, it might take 300 if you're unlucky, but I guarantee you get enough pictures taken of you, you'll look good eventually. And that's from a man who has had many pictures taken of himself that I've just detested. So hope you enjoyed today's podcast and I'll see you on the next one.